If you're a member of an assembly, you have a right to make a motion in a meeting. In this video, not only will I show you how to do that, but at the end, I'll give you the citations from Robert's Rules of Order so that you can confidently exercise your rights. So how does a member make a motion in a meeting? We're going to see several examples, but first we need to be clear on what a motion is. A motion is a formal proposal that the assembly takes certain action. A motion presents a yes or no question for the assembly to decide, and for this reason, a motion is also referred to as a question. Keep that in mind throughout the video. When you hear the word question, we're talking about a motion. Since a motion is a proposal that's going to be voted on, it needs to be worded in a way that it can be put to a yes or no vote. So how do we do that? Let's look at an example. Let's say you're a member of the XYZ Association, and let's say you hear that the ABC Foundation needs financial assistance, and you want to help them out. Let's also say that you believe your own organization, the XYZ Association, is in a good financial position to assist the ABC Foundation. Well, getting up in a meeting and saying all of this is not a motion. We need to turn this into a motion before we even think about presenting it to the assembly. So how do we do this? We simply decide the outcome that we want. Let's say we decide that we'd like for our association, remember that's the XYZ Association, to donate $5,000 to the ABC Foundation. We then write out our motion, which is that $5,000 shall be donated to the ABC Foundation. When you make a motion in a meeting, you have to be clear on what the motion proposes. Now that we're clear, how do we go about actually making the motion? First, we need to be recognized by the chair, so we do what is known as seeking recognition. You do this when the chair asks, is there any new business? If the chair of your meetings doesn't normally ask for new business, you'll want to watch this video for more information on new business, agendas, and getting business added to the agenda. Now, when no other business is pending, you rise and address the chair by saying, Madam Chairman. The chairman then responds by saying, the chair recognizes the member. Once recognized by the chair, the member has the exclusive right to be heard at that time. Having the floor, you're now free to make your motion. There are 3 steps to bringing a motion or a question before the assembly. And these steps are really easy to remember. Let's take a look. First, a member makes a motion. I think we can all remember that. The second step is the easiest to remember because it actually is a second. Another member seconds the motion. Then the third step is the chair states the question on the motion. And this one is really easy because the chair just states what happened in the first 2 steps. The chair literally says it is moved and seconded and then repeats the motion. So let's take a look at how a motion is actually made in a meeting. A member simply starts by saying, I move that. These are 3 magical words in parliamentary law because they let the chair know, they let the secretary know, and they let knowledgeable members know that a motion is being made. Because after saying, I move that, the member gives the exact wording of the motion. For example, the member might say, I move that $5,000 shall be donated to the ABC Foundation. Now, sometimes I move to is used instead, especially with procedural motions. For example, I move to recess for 15 minutes. If the motion receives a second, the chair places the motion before the assembly by saying, it is moved and seconded to recess for 15 minutes. Or, in the case of our motion, it is moved and seconded that $5,000 shall be donated to the ABC Foundation. If the motion is debatable, the chair says, are you ready for the question? Meaning, are you ready for the question or motion to be put to a vote? Members may then seek recognition to speak and debate on the motion or to offer amendments to the motion. If no member seeks the floor, the chair proceeds to put the motion or question to a vote. Instead of saying, are you ready for the question, the chair might less formally say, is there any debate? I cover seeking recognition, debate, and amendment in other videos, and the links are down in the description. So that brings us to one final question, and it's a big one. Are you really allowed to make a motion in a meeting? Well, this is where Robert's Rules of Order comes in. In Section 1 of Robert's Rules of Order, the 4th paragraph provides, a member of an assembly in the parliamentary sense, as mentioned above, is a person entitled to full participation in its proceedings. That is, the right to attend meetings, to make motions, to speak in debate, and to vote. Robert's Rules of Order goes on to say, no member can be individually deprived of these basic rights of membership except through disciplinary proceedings. Section 4, paragraph 16 of Robert's Rules of Order provides, in principle, the chair must state the question on a motion immediately after it has been made and seconded, unless he is obliged to rule that the motion is not in order or unless, in his opinion, the wording is not clear. So what happens if the chair rules the motion out of order? Well, the chair must provide a reason for the ruling, and the ruling might make sense. For example, the chair might say, the motion is not in order at this time because another main motion is already pending, but after the pending motion is disposed of, the member's motion would be in order. In this case, you would simply wait until the pending motion is disposed of before making your own motion. However, if the chair's ruling isn't in accord with the rules, you can immediately appeal from the chair's decision. For example, let's say the chair says, "The motion is out of order because I personally don't know anything about the ABC Foundation and I don't want to deal with this matter right now." In this case, you would say, "I appeal from the decision of the chair." If the appeal receives a second, the matter is taken out of the chair's hands and placed before the assembly for final decision, requiring a majority to overturn the ruling of the chair. This ensures that the assembly can prevent the chair from violating the rules or the rights of members. Robert's Rules of Order provides, if the chair rules that a motion is not in order, his decision is subject to an appeal to the judgment of the assembly. I will make a more extensive video on appealing the decision of the chair, and I'll post a link in the description below when it's ready. If this video was helpful, please let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you have any questions or would like for me to cover any other topics. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the description below for links to other videos that you might enjoy.